Hello there, Leo. Thank you for stopping by for your weekly tarot forecast for the week of August 10th through the 16th. I am using the Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg once again. Thank you guys for all your likes, for your shares, for your subscribes, for just viewing. I appreciate all your support so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's just get started, Leo. On Monday, what you have coming up is the transformation card in reverse. Now this is a transformation card. I guess you guys probably have noticed I have my finger over the name of the card. It's the death card that really wigs people out, but really it's not anywhere near as bad as what people like to just go and assume. So let's not do that. So this is actually a card that signifies transformation. And so what kind of transformation we're talking about is core value transformation. So core values, to me, a core value is a value that we gained before we were old enough to know better. My favorite example of it is like we learn these from parents, from teachers, what have you around us. So my favorite example is that, say you see your dad, who you probably as a child picture as the strongest, bravest, most wonderful man in the whole world, and you see your dad walking along and he sees a snake and he takes off like a flash. Doesn't do anything about making sure the kids don't run into the snake or get hurt by the snake, but he just books. So guess what you just learned as a little kid? Maybe you're only like 1.5, 2 years old, baby. Maybe you're only barely old enough to walk. Guess what you just learned? Snakes are bad news. You learned to be terrified of snakes because your dad was. So that's an example of a core value and how it would get instilled in us, okay? So when you have the transformation card coming up in reverse, what we're talking about is we're talking about a core value that is being transformed. So there's a core value that has not been working for you and you're starting to realize it's not been working for you, and you know there's a better one that you can replace it with. The problem with this, though, is because the transformation card came up in reverse, you're resisting this change. Now, if you know that the old value isn't working for you and you know that the new value will, why would you resist that, you might ask? What a great question. People resist changes like this because they understand, even without having them come in fully into their life, you understand that this change is huge. It's going to impact your relationships with your coworkers, maybe even with your employer, with your family, with your loved ones. So a lot of times people do resist these changes because they're afraid of the change. They're afraid of what will it bring, and they're afraid to go into that new territory because they don't know what that new territory looks like. So that's what I see going on with you Monday. I see you really resisting this change. So here's what I have to say to you. These types of core value changes, they can be scary. They are huge. They change they impact your whole life. This is not a little thing here, okay? But when a core value change comes in like this is really a good thing. You're getting rid of something old and not productive, and you're replacing it with something that's new and productive. So once you let this change totally filter through and into your life, then you find yourself much more happy and much more productive in your life. So it's a good change to let come through. You really don't want to resist this change. So if you notice yourself in that position on Monday, you might want to try to remind yourself, hey, wait a second, maybe I should just welcome this change and let it ride on through. So that's your card for Monday, Leo. For Tuesday, what we have coming up is the King of Cups, and it feels to me like this is somebody that you're interacting with on Tuesday. And this is someone is pouring their heart out to you on Tuesday. Now, Leos, being a water sign myself, let me just say, somebody pouring their heart out to you can be one of two things. It can be craziness, so upset that they can't even think straight and they can't stay calm, or it can be somebody in a very sane way just letting you know how they feel in a very calm way. So this can happen either way, and I'm feeling like some of you Leos are going to be dealing with that kind of insane, oh my gosh, the volcano is erupting type of situation where someone lets you know what their feelings are. And some of you are going to be lucky enough to deal with somebody who has some control of their feelings and can deal with them in a sane way. So the bottom line here is this person that you're going to be dealing with, believe it or not, this is a man. who is going to be feeling all emotional like this, that you're going to be dealing with on Tuesday. And some of you, not all of you, some of you are going to be able to help this person process their emotions. For some of you, this is exactly why that person came to you. For others of you, this person is just exploding and he just has to let it all out. It feels like he's been bottling things up so long that now there's not even any choice. It just has to come out. And so here it goes. And you're just the recipient of some really strong emotion. You just happen to be standing in the firing line. Or for some of you, you're actually, I won't say you're the catalyst for this emotion, because I believe that we all control our own emotions, but you happen to be the person who sort of triggered things for this person who is losing his mind right now. And so you get to hear him go through that. So for some of you, it's going to be, just really one of those situations that you just kind of wish you could crawl underneath the table. But for others of you, I see it as being something very productive. And a lot of it, it's going to depend on how you react too. Because if you become emotional and become like a volcano when somebody's trying to share their emotions with you, then that makes the situation bad, or it makes it worse. So if somebody's sharing with you in a calm, sane way, try to stay on that level. If somebody is sharing with you in the volcano type of way, try to stay calm and sane so that at least one of you has some control and can kind of steer the conversation into some good water. Okay, so that is Tuesday. Wednesday, what I have showing up for you, Leos, is I have the moon in reverse. And the moon in reverse actually is a really good card. This is talking about that you did have a situation in your life that not all the pieces were really fitting together. There was something going on that was underneath the scenes or behind the scenes, and you weren't really able to put all the pieces together. You had just enough information to know that there was a lot more information there, but you weren't able to put your fingers on the other information. So whenever we have the moon card in reverse, that's saying that that situation, now it's like somebody took a big spotlight and just shone it on that situation, because now all of a sudden you see all of this information that was behind the scenes before, and all the puzzle pieces are fitting. Now you're understanding, oh, now this makes sense, now that makes sense, now I understand why this went this way. So it's really a good situation to have all that information. For some of you, having all this information is not necessarily going to be so pleasant. For some of you, it's going to be more of an unpleasant surprise, but the truth shall set you free. And before, you didn't have the truth. After Wednesday, on this particular situation, you will have the truth, which allows you to make good and proper decisions about the situation where you couldn't do that before. So really is a good thing to have happen. Now, on Thursday, what we have showing up is we have the Hanged Man. I do feel like this is because of the moon in reverse on Wednesday for most of you Leos. The Hanged Man is talking about that you have a situation you don't know how to handle. So whatever was revealed on Wednesday, now you don't really know how to handle that situation now. Where before you thought, okay, well, I'm just going to do this and this and wait and see what happens. Now you've seen the whole picture, and now you're just not sure yet. So when you have the Hanged Man come in, this is talking about taking the time to really think things over. It's talking about not trying to rush into giving a decision or an answer. It's talking about really just kind of letting the information flow through you, giving yourself a chance to process some information, and then waiting to see what comes up out of you as the answer or as the way you want to handle the situation or move forward with the situation from now on. So that's what the Hanged Man is all about. It's about finding a solution, finding a way forward. That's what I see you working on Thursday. Friday, Six of Swords. This is a good card after those two. This talks about moving forward. This talks about changing some things and changing some things on purpose. So it looks to me like whatever it was that you found out about on Wednesday, then on Thursday you were able to find the solution that you want to use. Friday you're enacting that solution. You're moving forward. You're making some progress with the solution about that situation. Saturday, another person you're interacting with. This is the Queen of Swords Saturday. I feel like you might be going to the Queen of Swords for advice on Saturday. This is somebody, the Queen of Swords has kind of been through the ringer. Many times the Queen of Swords can actually be a widow where she's lost a son or a daughter. But sometimes she has just been through a rough life. She's gone through the school of hard knocks, so to speak. So she has a lot of experience, and she has a lot of experience with dealing with trouble and how to come through it the best way possible, how to let it make you stronger. So she's someone I feel like you're coming to her for advice. For some of you, I feel like you're actually going on Friday to visit your mother. Because, you know, Friday we have this movement card. This is talking about making changes. This can also be travel. And I'm feeling like for a lot of you, this is going to spend some time with your mom or with a female mentor on Saturday and really having a good, deep conversation with them. I feel like you're kind of talking things over with her and getting some advice, getting her take on, okay, how do I handle the situation? Do I throw this situation away? Do I move forward with this situation? If I move forward with it, what do I do to make things better? That type of thing, okay? And so then on Sunday, what I've got coming up is I have the 10 of Coins in reverse for you Leos. So 10 of Coins in reverse just kind of tells me that there's something going on that is subtracting from your sense of security in this manifestation. So that could be something like, for some people who have favorite pens that they're very attached to, that could be your favorite pen dying. That could be, you know, that your car has to go into the shop, or, you know, maybe there's some work that you need to have done on your house or something like that. So it's just something that kind of takes away from your sense of security. For some people, relationships give them security. So this could be having a, you know, feeling really insecure in the relationship all of a sudden on Sunday. Something comes up that makes you kind of wonder, well, how stable is this relationship really? So it could manifest that way too. And it feels like for you Leos, there's a lot of different manifestations. Feels like the relationship insecurity is probably going to be the one that happens to the biggest part of you. But you've also got some other more tangible stuff going on as well for some of you. Okay, I would say 40% of it is more of a tangible, and about 60% of you, this is going to be a relationship situation that makes you feel insecure. Okay, so that is your week, Leos. For those of you who would like to schedule a private session with me, feel free to check out my website. I'm at amista.info, amista.info. Once you're there and you've looked around a little bit, if I still seem like the best reader for you, go ahead and contact me and we will schedule a session for you as quickly as possible. Right now my wait list is not that long, so I should be able to help you out either the day that you contact me or the next day. So I'm looking forward to doing readings for many, many, many of you. And I thank you all so much for stopping by, for watching, for sharing, for liking, for subscribing. I really appreciate all of your support. Everyone have a great week. I'll see you back here next week. Peace out.